Hi, Mr. Shelton here. You know, I wasn't happy with the demo I did in fifth period, and I didn't really get to one in fourth period. I thought the one I did in third period was fine, but so I'm gonna redo it for you now here. Now again, you're gonna have a series of pencils. I'm gonna do this all with a number two. That's your medium one, and then the super at the end, my ebony pencil. Which let's just put that aside. Now, what I'm gonna do in a few minutes, I want you to take a good hour, if not more, 2 hours on. Okay. Um, oh, geez, I didn't bring an eraser, but that's all right. That was for the very end. So if I need it at the very end. So again, first step is just a quick block in. Now you should be doing this with your H pencil. I'm doing the 2B so you can see. Now remember, hold your pencil loose. You barely want it to show. If no one can see it, you're doing a great job. If only you can see it, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be trying to have it show up. So really be loose. Okay, so I got that. Now I'm looking and I can judge where these knuckles are and these knuckles are. Okay. And now, okay, I got that. So see, okay, so pretty happy. My thumb's probably around here. And I'm gonna not just think of the thumb. A lot of kids forget, whichever way they're looking at, this chicken drumstick thing there, right? Have that. Now, what I do next, and you don't want to hand this thing, think about your wrist. Where does your wrist go? And take a look. Remember, draw what you see, not what you think you see. Find that, maybe I should move down a little so you can see the little wrist I did. Okay, let's move back a little. Now, what did I say? It goes up to here. Now, I'm looking at my fingers, and I got these knuckles. Now, what I don't want to do is start drawing each figure individually. Listen to me, I've done this before. Kids are resistant. You don't want it to look like a bag. You know, you don't want it to look like a glove full of wet sand. If you try to do each finger, that's probably what you get. So I keep the fingers as a group as long as possible. So I'm looking at my hand. These two are kind of together. And I'm just going to go up to the knuckle here and do that. And this one to the knuckle there. I don't want to get all caught up in shape yet. And this pinky, I'm just going to do a line like that, okay? Now I'm gonna stop and check my proportions a little. And this goes up to here. And so you can do it this way. You say thumb versus that, okay, same proportion. You know, check that the proportion's up here. Okay, middle finger to hand, to me in my real hand, is the same as middle finger to wrist. Look at that. I'm not squeezing this. You gotta keep this the same. You gotta lock it. Okay, boom. So let's see. Middle finger, not quite right. My middle finger has to come up a little more. Okay, see? That's why you check width versus height. Don't take it for granted. Okay, thumb, I'm going to go to the knuckle. I'm not trying, remember, avoid outlining as much as you can through the whole drawing. Even at the end, we don't want an outline. We want it to be alive and breathing. You want it to breathe. You want to see the air coming through. Okay, now, now I'm pretty happy with my initial drawing. Don't forget those webs on the finger. See, a lot of kids forget that's how they join. It's not an angle. Okay, so now, I did my blocking in, I did my basic shapes, and I did my rough sketch and my proportions. Now I'm gonna do the thing where you got that Superman eye, and you're gonna start doing your contours. Again, lightly, and don't do all of them, just find significant lines. So I'm letting my eye go around here, and I'm building things. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm bending in a knuckle, inside and outside. You want to forget that there's a border on the outside. You want inside and outside to work together. So no hard outlines. Your darks are just as important on the inside as the outside. We're not trying to do a big outline drawing. And now little by little, using your vision, because remember what our steps are. One, observation. So we don't draw what we think a finger looks like. I'm looking at my nails. I'm looking at all that. And I'm doing it loose and sketchy, right? And you should be doing it in a lighter pencil. So by now, you should be about half as dark as I am. You shouldn't be seeing anything, right? And here, I'm going to start working on that pinky a little. And you draw all the nooks and crannies. Go right from the outside in, inside out. Don't think of it as here's a finger, here's the thing, here's the thing. No, they work together. The nail goes in and out around the hand. It's all one motion. You see what I'm doing? And I know mine's looking loose, and I kind of wanted it that way. All right, so here we go. And now I'm going quick. You go slower. So now I'm going to start finding the contours on my hand. Again, a vein, I won't draw both sides. Maybe I'll draw one side of the vein and then just a little bit of this side. See, doesn't that look better than trying to draw both sides real thick? And lines get dark to thin, right? And then a little line for a bone. And if you don't know how to do something, like you see a weird blotching your skin. I go, how do I draw that? Then don't draw it. Don't draw it if you can't figure out how to do it in a way that looks real. So, like I said, practice to hold the pencil loose like this. See, I'm not up here doing this. I'm back here the whole time, right? Some people all the way back here. That's the real pro way, right? Or holding it like this, so you get that angle. Now, I'm going quick. I could spend a lot more more time on this. So once you have that, and again, take your time. And maybe on me, no, I don't even see hairs on me. I won't do it. Some of the wrinkles there. Remember, don't just do a wrinkle. Have the wrinkle come in and out. Have it go back out again, right? All right, there we go. Now, let's say I love this. It's perfect. Now, in reality, if I was really going to turn this in, if I was that you, I would put another hour into this because I'm not really happy with it. I'm going to show my example. Now, I've got my ebony. I've got my 6B or 4B. Some of you have 6 and before, and I've got my eraser. So now I'm going to spend just as much. In fact, this is where most of the drawing, everything else was set up. So now I'm going to spend my time figuring out where I want my darks and lights to go. So some go inside, some go outside. It's not shading. We're talking about line. And I know in 2 classes we didn't really look at the line examples yet, or 1 class did. And so there should be places where it just disappears altogether, like maybe light's shining this way, or it's just not as tense. And then if I feel tension where it's bending here, I'll be a little darker, but then I'll light up. Your lines should not be the same. Your lines should go from thick to thin, thin to thick. They should have a life to them. And little by little, figure out where you want your darks and lights. And I will repeat, inside, outside, there's no more importance. You should be, a dark on the inside is just as important as a dark on the outside. Now look, light to dark, dark to light. Don't just do a line that stops like that. It should start light, get darker, and get light again. That gives it a little light and a little romance, a little kind of pizzazz, huh? So I won't sit here and make you see the whole thing because I think you're getting the hang of it, right? And I'm just using the ebony. You should be using all your pencils at this point to start pulling everything together, right? Pulling it all together. So you have a variety of values in your life. Values means darks or lights, right? You want them all to be the same. And by the time you're done, and then go with your eraser and go, where's the eraser? No, I don't have one. That's the thing. Don't use these stupid erasers. I gave you guys nice erasers. This just looks gross. I'm using it now because it's all I have. Watch what it does. See, it's kind of dirty. I don't like it. It doesn't give you, the white ones I give you nice clean. Okay. Go ahead. And you shouldn't be doing what I'm doing now because that smudges your drawing. Okay, remember, we're not shading. So now I'm going to go, okay, I want it to breathe a little more here. I'm taking my eraser, but use the white eraser. And I'm going to have it fall out like that. But blow. Don't just hit it like that. I'm at my dining room table. That's why I keep blowing it off because I don't want that to happen. All right, so I'm not going to finish now because I think you guys have the idea. I could spend more time, but I think you guys got it. And I've drawn enough hands in my day. Not the greatest example, but I'm hoping it's enough to get you guys going and started. Looking at it now, too much dark versus light, there's not enough medium, and that's because I didn't have the variety of pencils in front of me that you have. So all these darks, maybe some of them could be half as dark. Maybe they could fade out a little. You get what I'm saying? I think that's it. Let me know if you have any more questions. Thank you. Goodbye.